Have you ever stopped to think about how food can be an incredible ally in the weight loss process? And what's more, how can it be tasty, light, and enjoyable without that feeling that you're depriving yourself of everything you like? Well, many people still believe that to lose weight, you need to cut out everything, live on salad and chicken breast, when in fact, there are natural, affordable, delicious foods that can help a lot in the process. And when I talk about this, I can't help but mention fruits. They are sources of fiber, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that not only help your health but can also accelerate weight loss in a light, painless way. And I know, maybe now you're thinking, but doesn't fruit make you fat? Doesn't it have a lot of sugar? This is a common question, and that's why I really want you to stay with me until the end of this video. Because yes, there are fruits that are higher in calories, which should be consumed in moderation depending on your goal, but there are also those that help speed up metabolism, increase satiety, improve digestion, and even help control anxiety. And the best part, they are easy to find, cheap, and can be incorporated into your routine in such a simple way that you won't even notice. Before we continue, let me ask you, are you already subscribed to this channel? Because if you like this type of content, which talks about health and well-being in a realistic, practical, and responsible way, subscribe now and activate the bell. There are no miracles here, but there is quality information for you to learn how to take care of your body without suffering, without guilt, and with conscious choices. And of course, if this video makes sense to you, leave your like now, because this really helps the channel to grow and to spread this message to more people who, like you, want to feel good about their own bodies. Now tell me, do you usually eat fruit in your daily life? Or are you part of that group of people who think that fruit is too sweet, doesn't satisfy your hunger, or gets in the way of weight loss? I understand you, because there is a lot of conflicting information out there. Some people say that you can't eat bananas, that you can't eat grapes, that fruit has too many carbohydrates. And then people end up thinking that fruit is the villain when in fact it can be a great ally. The secret is in choosing the right fruit and, of course, in the quantity and when you eat it. And do you know what's most interesting? Some fruits have specific properties that directly help with weight loss, whether because they have more fiber and make you feel full, or because they help regulate blood sugar levels, or even because they speed up your metabolism. I know you don't need to spend a fortune on exotic, imported, or trendy fruits. There are options that you can find at any market, supermarket, or grocery store, and that can transform your diet. Now, answer honestly, how many times have you started a diet and radically cut out fruit? Or worse, how many times have you been stuck in the idea that to lose weight, you need to live only on tasteless foods? That is not sustainable. It only increases anxiety, the risk of binge eating, and that annoying cycle of restriction, excess guilt that honestly no one deserves to live in. So, the proposal here is exactly the opposite. To show you that it is possible to lose weight by eating well, eating in a pleasurable and intelligent way. And that is why I prepared this video, to show you 10 fruits that help in the weight loss process, are easy to find, affordable, and that can be part of your routine naturally from today on. It is not to become an obligation. It is not to make you rush out and buy all of them right now. It is to help you understand how each one can contribute to your goal, and from there, make more conscious choices that are aligned with what you are looking for. And before we go any further, I need to remind you, losing weight is a process, not an event. There is no point in thinking that you will eat a piece of fruit and magically you will lose weight. That is not how it works. Healthy weight loss is achieved through consistency, balance, listening to your body, and making choices that you can maintain over time. So, don't see these fruits as miracle solutions, but rather as tools that can help you, that can make your journey easier and more enjoyable. And I know that many people have difficulty including fruits in their daily lives, sometimes because they're not used to it, sometimes because they think it's too much work, or simply because they don't know how to eat it. And here's a spoiler. It doesn't have to be complicated. You can start with small changes. Include a fruit in your breakfast. Carry it in your bag to eat in the afternoon. Replace that processed candy with a sweeter fruit. And so, little by little, change your habits. And another important thing, when eating fruits whenever possible, choose the natural versions with the skin and pulp, because that's where the fibers are that will help with satiety and good bowel function. Avoid processed, high-calorie, preservative, and sugar-laden versions, such as juices in cartons, industrial jams, or dried fruits covered in sugar. Natural is always better, and if you're one of those people who thinks, oh, but fruit is so boring, I challenge you to rethink that. Because when you start exploring the options, you realize that there is a huge variety of flavors, textures, and possibilities. There are sweeter, more acidic, crunchier, and softer fruits. You can eat them plain in salads, in smoothies, or in healthy desserts. You can vary them a lot and never get bored. And before I forget, leave a comment below about which fruit you like the most and which one you have difficulty eating. Also, tell me if you've noticed any difference in your weight or health when you started eating more fruit. I love reading what you share, because often your questions inspire the next videos on the channel. So if you haven't liked them yet, now is the time, and if you haven't signed up yet, take advantage now, click below, activate the bell, and come be part of this community that seeks health with awareness, with lightness, and with choices that really make sense for life. So let's get started. The first fruit that couldn't be left off this list is the apple. It's easy to find, cheap, and extremely versatile. It also has a very important characteristic for those who want to lose weight: the amount of soluble fiber, especially pectin, which forms a gel in the stomach, slowing down gastric emptying and prolonging satiety. In other words, eating an apple in the middle of the afternoon can prevent that raid on the fridge at the end of the day. Not to mention that it helps regulate the intestines and control blood sugar levels. Do you usually eat apples? Or are you one of those people who think they're a boring diet fruit? Tell me. The second fruit is the pear, which is also rich in fiber and has an incredible power to satiate. Many people underestimate the pear, but it's great for those times when you want to snack on something sweet, but without resorting to ultra-processed foods. Pears are also hydrating because they have a lot of water in their composition. And this, in addition to helping with digestion, contributes to the feeling of satiety and keeps the metabolism working well. Have you ever tried slicing a pear and eating it with a little cinnamon? It's amazing. The third option is watermelon, which many people think they can't eat because it has too much sugar. But look, watermelon is a fruit rich in water, which promotes hydration and helps eliminate toxins. Yes, it has a slightly higher glycemic index, but the impact of this depends on the quantity and the context of the meal. When consumed in a balanced way, watermelon can be an ally in weight loss, precisely because it takes up space in the stomach with very few calories. So if you like watermelon, know that you can include it in your routine without feeling guilty. The fourth fruit is pineapple, famous for its digestive potential. Thanks to bromelain, an enzyme that helps break down proteins and improves digestion. And when digestion works well, the intestine also improves, bloating decreases, and the body responds better to weight loss stimuli. In addition, pineapple has a natural diuretic effect, helping to combat fluid retention. Just don't overdo it, right? Because it is more acidic, it can irritate those with gastric problems. Now the fifth fruit, which many people love, strawberries. They are one of the best examples of a sweet and healthy fruit for those who want to lose weight. They are low in calories, high in fiber, and rich in antioxidants, such as vitamin C, which helps with immunity and protects cells against premature aging. In addition, strawberries can be an excellent strategy for those who want to control their cravings for sweets, because they satisfy the need for a sweet taste without adding empty calories. The sixth fruit is the banana, which for a long time was unfairly accused of being forbidden in weight loss diets. But the truth is that it can be a great ally, mainly because it is a source of tryptophan, an amino acid that helps in the production of serotonin, the feel-good hormone. And those who are emotionally well are less prone to binge eating. In addition, bananas are great to eat before a workout, as they provide quick and healthy energy. The seventh fruit is kiwi, which you may not eat very often, but you should consider. It is very rich in vitamin C, has a low glycemic index, is very high in fiber, and also helps with digestion. It has a sour flavor that can be great for those who want to change from sweeter fruits. In addition, Kiwi is excellent for strengthening the immune system, which is essential especially when we are changing habits and the body is adapting. The eighth fruit is plum, especially the fresh version, which is excellent for regulating the intestine, preventing constipation, and consequently helping to eliminate toxins. Many people only think of dried plums, but fresh plums also have great benefits and can be included in meals or snacks, providing fiber and antioxidants that are important for the weight loss process and intestinal health. The ninth fruit that I want to highlight is orange, but with an important reminder: always prefer to eat the whole fruit with the pulp and avoid juices. When you eat oranges in pieces, you take advantage of the fiber, which helps with satiety and glycemic control. Juice concentrates the fruit's natural sugar, but without the fiber, which greatly increases the impact on blood sugar levels. Oranges are great, rich in vitamin C, help with hydration, and if consumed correctly can be an ally in weight loss. And finally, the 10th fruit I want to recommend to you is lemon. Yes, it is a fruit, and although it is not consumed in the same way as the others, it is an excellent tool in the weight loss process. Lemon helps with digestion, has an alkalizing effect on the body, strengthens the immune system, and can be used to season salads, prepare flavored water, and even include in teas. Starting the day with warm water and lemon is a simple habit that many people report as beneficial for regulating the intestine and stimulating metabolism. And look, if you got this far, I already know that you are committed to your health, to your process, and want to learn more and more. So leave your like here now. Share this video with that person who keeps saying that fruit makes you fat and needs to change that mindset. And of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, take advantage of this moment. Click below and subscribe to the channel. That way you won't miss any of the upcoming content that can transform your diet, your health, and of course your well-being. Tell me here in the comments, of these fruits that I mentioned, which is your favorite, and which one do you want to include more in your routine from now on? I'd love to know, and who knows, I might even prepare a video just about it, with recipes and exclusive tips for you.